Hi everyone and welcome to Smart Alex Coaching. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to factorize non-Monic quadratics using the product, sum, and factors method or the PSF method. In our first example, we've got the expression 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. And I want you to note here that the coefficient of x squared in this case is 3. It's not 1. So anytime we get an expression where the coefficient of x squared is not 1, we call it a non-monic. So what I'm going to do to remind myself of the steps is I'm going to write down on the side here PSF. So P stands for product, S stands for sum, and F stands for factors. What we're going to look for is two numbers, A and B, such that they multiply together to give the product of the coefficient of x squared and the constant, 3 times 4, which is 12. So this comes from 3 and 4, the coefficient of x squared and the constant. At the same time, we want these two numbers A and B to add to give the coefficient of x, which in this case is 8. Doing some mental calculation here, two numbers that multiplies to give 12 and adds to give 8, well, that's going to be 6 and 2. So once we identify the factors, we're going to break down the middle term 8x into 3x squared plus 6x plus 2x plus 4. So note here that I haven't changed the expression. I've simply rewritten expression, but what this is going to allow us to do is to progress further by factorizing it using grouping in pairs method. So we group the 3x squared and the 6x together and the 2x and the 4 together. So for the first pair, I can factorize out the 3x. Inside the bracket, I'm going to have x plus 2. For the second pair, I can take out the 2. Inside the bracket, I'm also going to get x plus 2. And what we've got here, this x plus 2 is our common binomial factor. So we can factorize this further to get 3x plus 2 times x plus 2. So therefore, 3x squared plus 8x plus 4 factorizes to 3x plus 2 times x plus 2. In our next example, we've got 5x squared plus 12x plus 4. This example is very much the same as example 1, but the idea is to give you that extra practice there. So on the right-hand side, writing down PSF, we're looking for two numbers, A times B, that multiplies to give 5 times 4, which is the product of the coefficient of x squared and the constant. So 5 times 4 is going to give us 20. We also want the two numbers A, B to add to give the coefficient of x. So that's where the 12 comes from. Doing mental calculation, two numbers that multiplies to give 20 and adds to give 12, that's going to be 10 and 2. Once we identify that, we can break up the 12x into 5x squared plus 10x plus 2x plus 4. Continue with grouping in pairs method. We're going to be able to take out the 5x, and inside the bracket we'll get x plus 2. The second pair, take out the 2. We're going to get x plus 2 inside the bracket as well. So this reduces to 5x plus 2 times x plus 2. So therefore, 5x squared plus 12x plus 4 is equal to 5x plus 2 times x plus 2 in factorized form. In example 3, we want to pay attention a little bit more with the sign. Writing out PSF on the side, this time we're looking for two numbers, A and B, that multiplies to give 2 times negative 15 or negative 30. So that's where the 2 and the negative comes from. At the same time, A and B must add to give the coefficient of x, which in this case is negative 1. Take care that it's not 0, but negative 1. So doing some mental calculation again, our numbers A, B would be negative 6 and 5. So once we have that, we're also going to repeat the same process of breaking up the negative x in the middle into 2x squared minus 6x plus 5x minus 15. Factorize by grouping in pairs. Take out the 2x, I'm going to get x minus 3 plus 5 times x minus 3. So there we've got the common binomial factor of x minus 3 again. Finishing this off, we're going to get 2x plus 5 times x minus 3. So in other words, 2x squared minus x minus 15 is equal to 2x plus 5 times x minus 3. And moving on to our last example, factorizing 4x squared minus 12x plus 9, PSF, looking for two numbers that will multiply to give 4 times 9 or positive 36. At the same time, these two numbers must add to give negative 12. So we're looking for two numbers that multiplies to give a positive but adds to give a negative. Well, the only way that would happen is if we have two numbers both being a negative. And doing some mental calculation again, it happens that negative 6 times negative 6 will give us positive 36, and negative 6 plus negative 6 will give us a negative 12. So once we have that, we're going to break up 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 into 4x squared minus 6x plus 9. Factorize by grouping in pairs. Take out the 2x as our common factor for the first pair. I'll get 2x times 2x minus 3. Take out the negative 3 for my second pair. I'm going to get negative 3 times 2x minus 3. So pay attention that we get a negative 3 on the inside here because we need negative 3 times negative 3 to give a positive 9. So tidying that up, we're going to get 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3, or simply just 2x minus 3, or in brackets square. So therefore, 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 is equal to 2x minus 3 all square. And that's how you factorize non-monic quadratics. I hope these examples were helpful, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thank you for watching.